Welcome. So this webinar is all about the rising threat landscape for mobile applications, what every business must know. I'm Amit, your host for this afternoon from Meteonic Innovation, your trusted DevSecOps solution partners. At Meteonic, we specialize in bringing world-class security and compliance tools to business across India and beyond. We are excited to host this session in partnership with Bugsmirror, a leading name in mobile application security, to explore the challenges and opportunities business face in securing their mobile ecosystems. Before we get started, just a few quick notes. Use the question and answer panel or the chat box to share your questions anytime. We will address them towards the end of the session. And the session is being recorded, and we'll share the recording and resources with you afterwards. Okay. So you have any questions, just drop that in the comment box. At Meteonic, we are committed to empowering businesses with cutting edge tools and expertise to strengthen their software security lifecycle. Our collaboration with Bugsmirror brings together Meteonic's DevSecOps consulting experience and Bugsmirror's globally recognized mobile application security expertise. This partnership ensures that Indian businesses, whether fintechs, NBFCs, OTT platforms, or telecom operators, can access best-in-class runtime protection, regulatory compliance support, and real-time monitoring solutions tailored to the unique needs of Indian digital economy. India's digital economy thrives on mobile first experiences from UPI payment to food delivery apps. But with their growth comes a wave of sophisticated attacks that I have already mentioned. Today's why securing app is no longer just an IT concern, it's boardroom priority. And why partnership with like Meteonic and Bugsmirror are crucial in helping businesses stay resilient. Joining us today are two distinguished experts from Bugsmirror. Mr. Aman Pandey is the founder and CEO of Bugsmirror. He is globally recognized as the number one Android bug hunter for Google, credited credited with reporting 1250 plus vulnerabilities across leading global tech giants with over 6 years of expertise in mobile application and OS security. He has been contributing to the research and development of new tools and algorithms for vulnerabilities detection and patching. At Bugsmirror, he leads the mission of pioneering innovative security solutions that empower organizations to build secure, resilient, and future-ready mobile applications. Next, we have Mr. Manas Jain, who is the Chief Product Officer at Bugsmirror. He leads the product strategies, development, and innovation at Bugsmirror, ensuring development of robust mobile application security solutions that address the real-world challenges faced by fintechs, NBFCs, telecom, OTT, and other mobile-first businesses. With a strong focus on product excellence and clients' needs, he is responsible for shaping solutions that helps organizations stay compliant, strengthen customers' trust, and remain resilient in the face of evolving threats. So, without further ado, let's start and get to our experts and get in more details about the rising threat landscape for mobile applications, what every businesses must know. Mr. Aman and Mr. Manas, the virtual stage is all yours.
Uh, Thanks, Amit. Thanks for the introduction. Thanks, everyone, for finding the time and joining this webinar. We'll try to keep it very brief and very insightful so that we learn a lot of new information and make sure we take a lot of information and solution back after the end of this webinar. So I'll quickly begin with greetings. Good afternoon, everyone. And during the course of this webinar, we will be talking about different threats and landscape around mobile application. We'll be learning what are the different problem statement challenges that most organization business leader face in mobile applications, and what everyone should know so that they can face those vulnerabilities challenges beforehand. So with that in mind, I'll move forward and I'll set up the agenda for the webinar, and how the flow of the webinar will look like. As usual, we will start with an introduction, then we'll discuss a bit about significance of mobile application and how threats and attackers are growing in scale. Then to the core of the webinar, we will be discussing about 9 different problem statements that many organizations, business leaders face. What are the pain points and how they can go and explore potential solutions. At the end, we will be showing you a solution that we have developed. We will show you a demo as well. We'll try to keep the webinar quite interactive. So we'll appreciate if you have any questions, please feel free to share them through the Q&A section or chat section. If feasible, we'll answer them right away or at the end of the webinar. If you have any other question, you can always raise your hand as well. Ultimately, the goal of this webinar would be to learn about distinct problems, specifically 9 through this webinar, and explore potential solution, and then see how both the things connect for you. So without wasting much time, I'll give the floor to Aman to introduce Bugsmirror quickly, and from there, I'll help you understand significance of mobile application. Aman, you are mute.
Yeah, thank you, Manas. Uh, so, Bugsmirror Research Private Limited is a cybersecurity company. It is based out of Indore. Uh, it has been founded in 2021 in January. We specialize in mobile app security and mobile operating system. We are actually a leader in mobile app security. We have worked with uh, many clients, starting from Google, Meta, uh, in India, NPCI, Crunchbase, VI, and we have earned lots of reputations and testimonies from these customers. And we have worked with NPCI to develop UPI Litex solution, which actually deployed in more than 300 mobile application, including UPI apps, banking apps, and e-rupees apps. And we recently have won Startup Maharathi competition, and in last 6 months, uh, we have secured more than 30 applications uh, for more than 8 customers, I believe. So I think Manas will from now tell us the problem statements that currently most of the organizations are facing.
Right. Thank you, Aman, for the introduction. So let's begin by understanding the significance of mobile application. In today's discussion, we'll be focusing solely on mobile apps. So it's very imperative that we understand what are the different data and states around mobile application. Mobile application has truly become the heartbeat of India's digital economy these days. Just think about it, whether it's fintech companies offering instant credit or seamless UPI payment, or NBFC bringing financial services right to people's fingertip. Everything resolves around mobile apps. OTT platforms are keeping millions entertained. Telecom providers manage entire customer journey through mobile app. There is no denying how food delivery application, and e-commerce have redefined convenience for everyone. To put it in perspective, over 800 million Indians now use smartphones, and nearly 78% of all internet traffic in the country originates from the mobile application, whereas 22% of the traffic originates from either desktop or a website. So it's clear to say that how critical and how involved our lives have become to a mobile application. In addition to this, the mobile app market in India is expected to pull more than 5 billion in revenue this year, leaving web-based platforms far behind. Just to give you a context, in 2023, the total revenue generated was close to $3 billion. In 2024, it was 3.5, but it's going 5 billion in 2025. This clearly mentions that we are getting into a mobile first experience, where the India's digital economy significantly depends on how mobile applications are being used. Now that we understand the significance of mobile application, now understand the economics of breach. Whenever you use a mobile application, it's quite evident that you comes in an agreement where there is a mutual trust between you as a consumer and the mobile application, that your data would be safe and no one is going to go attack or leak that data. That being said, there has been a dramatic rise in attacks targeting mobile application, and honestly the numbers are jaw dropping. Based on multiple sources and data extracted from Forbes, Hindustan Times, Bitdefender, Google Blogs, IBM, Economics Time, etc., we estimate Google blocked more than 2.4 million app submission on Play Store in 2024 for security violation. Many were flagged as malware or spyware. Alongside, more than 1.6 lakh developer accounts were banned for repeated attempts to distribute harmful applications. In India alone, over 12 million users encountered mobile malware just in early 2025, which is a surge of 36% compared to last year. While sophisticated banking trojans and fake apps have become an everyday threat. This data should just how critical the situation has become. Developers and users must realize mobile security isn't optional, it's an absolute vitality. Now, further data shows that for an organization, if there is a breach, the total cost of taking care of that breach has rose by 13% from 195 million INR to 220 million INR. And total cost paid by all the consumers is close to 22,000 crores in 2024. All of this data shows that the number of attacks have risen in recent past, and it's imperative that we take the mobile application security quite seriously. Now that we understand, let's move forward with all the problem statement that we are highlighting during the course of this webinar. In total, we will be highlighting 9 problem statement. But before we go to those problem statement, let's understand a real world example. In earlier September 2025, MobiKwik, one of the leaders in digital payment, faced a serious attack. The attack went on for 48 hours, causing or incurring a loss of 40 crores from 2,500 different banking accounts. When we dived deep, we understood that this was an attack where an hacker was able to transact more money than they actually had in their wallet. Which meant if I had 10 rupees in my wallet, I was transacting 1 lakh, 2 lakh, or maybe 1 crore. Once those transactions were done, uh, MobiKwik has to go and do a complete forensic. Through multiple sources, we realized, and what MobiKwik concluded was this was not a cybersecurity attack, but rather a vulnerability which was left unattended due to a security misconfiguration by their security team. Now, this particular scenario where the company incurred a loss of 40 crores highlights two core problem statements to me. That the security for MobiKwik was not continuous, which I believe extend to most organizations in India nowadays. We just think security is a one-time approach and it's quite intermittent. And the second problem is that they did not test their mobile application before releasing that update. That's why that mobile application was vulnerable, which conclude for me that there is a clear-cut frequency mismatch where they have a high-paced agile release cycle, but they have a rigid, slow-paced VAPT cycle. Given those, these are just the two problem statement that we are discussing. In today's discussion, we have total 9 problem statement that most organization and decision maker face. We'll also be exploring potential solution for each of these mistakes. Now, first of them would be current mobile app security is not continuous. Aman will mention few details about this.
Yeah, thank you, Mans. So, uh, before going into the problem statement, what I have experienced in last 6 to 7 years, I have found two type of companies. One that proactively wants to test the security of their system and mobile application, and another one is another group just has a mentality of straight and forward, and most of them mostly are compliance driven, not risk driven, and they are reactive to responses to incidents. For example, if something attack happens, then only they start finding security solutions and the measures to prevent further. Uh, and another group of companies that I was talking about has continuous mentality to test their systems and applications. So I will give one example. There is one company that has payment solution that is actually a patented technology for more than 10 years. They have patented, I guess, 10 years ago. So they have, I think, done all kind of VAPT across all kind of vendors. They continuously improving their team also to make sure their solution is secured enough. Still, they hired us as a vendor to test how secure their solution is. But unfortunately, we were able to bypass their patented technology. But still, they are at winning side because they only did the VAPT and they know internally before any attacker would do that. Anyways, setting them in ahead of attackers. But the second group of companies uh, always don't have such kind of resources, expertise, and even don't have from leadership that much of time to uh, take security proactively. So yeah, so I think there needs a one kind of solution that integrates with their development cycle, and their development team become more capable, that there is no blame game. So right now what we have found, that there is always a blame game between development team and VAPT team or VAPT vendor. And security is always taken after development. So anyways, the fixes has to be done by development team. So there must be a solution that integrates with their development cycle, and the development team become more capable, that so that they can fix before it get attacked or breached by someone else uh, uh, in the world. So let's move forward with second problem statement, Manas.
Yeah. So just to conclude the problem number one, there are certain organizations who take security continuously, but most organizations take it as an intermittent exercise where they're just doing it the security one time and then they just move forward with the development part. And what that potentially leads to a situation where there are attacks later on while application is safe the first time. So a potential solution to that would be shifting from a one-time test case situation to an always-on mobile application security. That being said, let's
Correct.
move to the problem number two, which is frequency mismatch, agile release cycle versus rigid VAPT cycle. Many of my friends today here who are, product managers or owners of mobile application would agree with me that they conduct VAPT. But when it comes to the frequency of VAPT, they would quite proudly say they do it annually, which is not a good thing when it comes to the release cycle, because in our analysis we realized that 62% of the companies only conduct VAPT annually, whereas 12% conduct it biannually every 6 months, 8% conducts it on a need to know basis, ad hoc basis, and 18% conducts it quarterly, which is a good number. So it's fair to say that more than 82% of the organization do not have more than two VAPT reports done for their mobile application across 1 year, while the frequency of them releasing a new version comes at every week, every 2 week, or every single month. So what does it tell us? It tells us that there is a faster release cycle but a slower security cycle. Agile teams ship new application versions weekly or monthly, while traditional VAPT runs quarterly or annually. This creates a frequency mismatch, which leads to a security blind spot. So, due to long VAPT gaps between each VAPT, and there's a quicker, less gap between each new version, you are potentially releasing a non tested or an untested mobile application on Play Store or App Store. Thirdly, there is a security debt accumulation. So frequent sprint of development adds new feature faster than the VAPT cycle, causing an hidden security debt. Now, what is the solution for such a scenario? The solution is to adopt a continuous automated security testing integrated into every agile release cycle. So, if you are releasing a mobile application every week or a fortnight basis, or every month, you need to have a continuous automated testing software with you that can match the pace of your release cycle. So, unlike MobiQuick, you are not releasing a mobile version which is untested. So that is our problem number two. Moving on to problem number three. Problem number three highlights a lack of automation in mobile app security. Now, the question comes out clearly when we talk about the MobiQuick real world example. They had to face or incur a 40 crore loss. Why did that happen? Why did they not test the mobile application before releasing it? If they would have done that, it would have quite easily been founded out, because that's the most common functionality. You have to add the correct UPI pin. Now they were not able to find that out. The reason for that is VAPT is quite a manual service. You have to wait for 5 to 8 days, and then the whole testing is conducted. That delays delivery, and delaying the delivery has a very big competitive disadvantage. So due to manual aspect of VAPT, which makes it inconsistent, slow, and lags behind agile development, it's quite repetitive and resource heavy. You need more than 10 different tools to conduct a VAPT, and a team of at least 2 to 3 people. And it's highly unscalable. So there is limited scalability when it comes to VAPT because of its manual nature. And in our data as well of analyzing hundreds of VAPT report, we have realized that almost 60% of the process that is manually conducted during VAPT can be automated, that can be fully automated, while rest of the 40%, 30% of the VAPT process can be partially automated, with only 10% of process to be completely manual. What this tells us that we need a solution that has a lot of automation that help us to automate VAPT. So the next time we go for that big release, we don't have to release an untested mobile application. Rather, in a very short duration of time that is operationally and financially efficient, we can generate those VAPT reports, we can generate those security assessment, and move forward with a more confident, secure product. So that is our problem number three. Now let's move on to problem number four. That is lack of unified platform for end-to-end security. Now, when you want to do a VAPT, even when you have the skill set, you have the time, still it's a challenge because there is a large learning overhead. At least in our research, we have realized that you need more than or at least 10 average tools to conduct a single VAPT. This includes tools like MobSF, APK tool, JEDX, proxy tools, Magix, Frida, Expose, LSPost, Bubsuit, Ghidra, and whatnot. These many tools create a fragmented security coverage. Companies have to rely on a patchwork of tools, creating inefficiency and a fragmented security posture. This also create operational complexity. Managing multiple tools required many people. You need to have multiple people with multiple skill set to be able to run that many tools. The same data got validated through our VAPT reports, where we realized that on an average, an organization needs 12 different tools to conduct a single VAPT, which in turns are 14 tools for MNC, 11 tools for a large organization, and 9 tools for medium. So, what is the solution for this? The solution would be to have a unified platform for all your security needs. Why should someone need to go and purchase multiple tools, multiple licenses, and multiple resources to conduct a single form of testing? Why should we make a process complex when it can be simplified significantly? So we need to have a unified platform for all mobile application security needs. Then comes the problem number five. The problem number five is the runtime security gap even after VAPT clearance. I'll throw you some data. We conducted a major security analysis across 1,000 different mobile applications, majorly in the domain of bankings and e-commerce. What we realized was 70% of this mobile application lacked any basic runtime security. With the rest 30%, 29% had partial security checks in place that were bypassable. So in true sense, only 1% of mobile applications were truly secure against runtime security. Now it's very important and critical to understand how runtime security is different from VAPT, and why even after VAPT clearance runtime security is neglected. So runtime security is something that originates when your application is actually running. For example, you release a mobile application, you put it in production, then I install that application and run it on my device. Now that device is owned by me, so I have complete authority and complete control over the mobile application, right? I can root my device, I can jailbreak it, I can use a hooking platform, I can use a proxy to learn about your APIs, I can do n number of things to implement a functionality which was not originally present. That is the effect of runtime security. But why often do VAPT vendors miss out on them? The reason for that potentially would be that for runtime security you need to root a device, which creates a lot of cost, which creates a lot of overhead time as well, and you need tools like Frida, APK tool, JEDX to do n number of things. So usually organization often miss out on them and miss runtime security. But when you neglect runtime security, there are attacks that can originate or happen on your platform. For a very simple example, you proudly develop a mobile application with your algorithm, with your certificates, with your IP. What if I take that APK, I re-sign it with a different name and release it again? Right, that would hurt your IP, that would hurt you as an organization. So this is few of the threats that we have found in our experience in last 5 years. For one of this insurance company, we were able to extract PAN card details of 10,000 users just through runtime vulnerabilities. For one of these payments application, we were able to transact more money through their wallet than they actually had, up to 100 rupees. For one of our customers, we were able to extract all the participants data for this event. Close to 50,000 people's data was leaked through their mobile application. So these are the different attacks that are often taken place from runtime security, and they happen because VAPT is a proactive approach. You do VAPT before every release, but what happens when you release the mobile application and it is running on my device? That's where you need to control your mobile application. That's where you need to understand the malicious behavior of your user. So our suggestion would be to have an app shielding solution like a mobile rasp in place for such situation. Then comes the next problem statement: unsolved common challenges. In most mobile application that we saw most VAPT reports, we could see that there are common vulnerabilities which are found across all of them. For example, reverse engineering. Reverse engineering is one of the most common vulnerability, with almost 54% of mobile application vulnerable to reverse engineering. Then the second most common vulnerability is SSL pinning, with 66% of mobile application lacked SSL pinning. And thirdly, root detection, 77% of mobile application lacked any kind of root detection. So this highlights that there are certain vulnerabilities in the market which are quite common, which are quite frequent. So instead of dealing with them individually, instead of dealing with them one by one, we can create a standard common solution that can be integrated instantaneously, and we can solve all of this problem. For example, 55% of mobile applications are susceptible to man in the middle attack today. So if we can create a man in the middle attack protection for any mobile application, we can practically resolve all the developer burden of manually patching this vulnerability. So our solution in this scenario would be to integrate app shielding solution like mobile app rasps. Then comes the problem number 7, the developer burden. Whenever an organization conducts a VAPT, they get highlighted some vulnerability and the development team has to go and fix them. Our data shows that 18% of critical vulnerabilities can take more than 4 days. So if even 5 vulnerabilities are highlighted, it will take 20 working days, which is equivalent to 1 month. When it comes to a product release, 1 month is a huge timeline. So a developer, instead of focusing on the features of a business application, now has to focus on the solution and has to fix those vulnerabilities, which creates a lot of burden, which is a setback for the progress of that mobile application as well. So possibly we need a solution that can be trusted by the development community, that can remediate vulnerabilities automatically with no code integration. So that is problem number 7. Then comes the problem number 8, which is rising compliance. Most organization, as mentioned by Aman in the first problem statement, does security just for the sake of compliance. right? So there is SEBI registration, SEBI CSCRF. So all the brokers, all the mutual fund companies has to comply with that. So for them, security has become SEBI. For RBI, for payment, digital payment companies, RBI's master direction on digital payment compliance has to be followed. For all the UPI application, NPCI UPI framework has to be followed. So there are different compliance that different domains have to follow. And for most organization, the solution is to get compliant with the guidelines, and they are secure. Now that is again a sentiment that a solution should follow. So any security solution can't be used in such scenario. You need a solution that aligns with this requirement. So instead of having multiple vendors for any mobile application, you can have a single vendor where you automate security, where you have compliance as well, and where you have a vulnerability patching mechanism as well. So a potential solution would be a pair of compliance with proactive security controls. Then comes the last and final problem 9, lack of visibility into mobile app threats in real time. Now tell me, you develop a mobile application, you deploy it on Play Store and App Store. There's a hacker sitting in China or maybe some part of the world. They install your mobile application and they try to tamper it. They try to hack it. They try to do any kind of attack that will take some data, that will take your IP. Would you know about it? The answer is almost every time no. You don't have any visibility, you don't have any forensic, you don't have any analytics. So that's where there is a lack of visibility into mobile app threats. We need real time insights into tampering and hooking and hacking attacks. We organizations are almost blind to attacks happening on end users. So we need a toolkit that will dump all this data so that we can understand the different attack scenarios happening in real time. With that, we conclude all the 9 problem statement that we think are quite prone in 2025 and are significantly affecting the whole mobile application landscape in India. And of course, some of the parameters would still be true globally as well. With that, we have a full white paper on mobile application security available for you. You can just scan the code. You'll get a lot of data. You'll get detailed insight into how mobile application security has panned out in 2025. What's new with it? You will again get few of more problem statement that we have highlighted during the course of this webinar. So if you want to scan, you can go to our website as well, or you can scan the QR code here. I'll just wait for 30 seconds if someone wants to take the white paper. Right. Now we have talked enough about the problems. Now let's create an ideal solution. Let's create a solution that would make sense to us, a solution that highlights and resolves all the problem statement that we have discussed throughout this webinar. So from all the challenges, we need to create a solution that has threat and vulnerability detection capability. So, threat and vulnerability detection capability is a tool that you can use to generate automated reports for your mobile application almost instantaneously that matches the release cycle. Secondly, there is automated mitigation. So there are vulnerabilities which are quite common. There are vulnerabilities which are almost available every single time. So we need to create automated mitigation toolkit solutions that we can use to quickly go and fix those vulnerabilities instantaneously without wasting 2 weeks or even a month in patching those vulnerabilities manually. Thirdly, we need real-time protection because VAPT is a proactive approach. Once VAPT is done, we need to be able to protect our mobile application when it's actually running in runtime. Fourth, we need continuous monitoring. If someone is doing an hacking attempt, we should be able to see that. And finally, there should be a compliance alignment because if there is no compliance alignment, we should not be able to uh, help those companies with our solution because compliance is one of the most critical section. So in a nutshell, we can conclude that in an ideal solution, we need to eliminate scattered tools and multiple vendors. There should be a single all-in-one platform. Secondly, we need to reduce security testing timelines so that we can have an accelerated and automated analysis that matches our release cycle. Thirdly, we need to simplify compliance with direct vulnerability mapping to guidelines from RBI, SEBI, NPCI, and OWASP. Fourth, we need to receive actionable results complete with clear and specific vulnerability remediation guidance. And finally, we need to integrate seamlessly into Agile and DevSecOps pipeline for scalable and continuous security. And in today's webinar, we have exactly this solution available for you. So any business or any product owner who's looking to secure their mobile application can try out Bugsmirror Mast. Bugsmirror Mast is mobile application security suite and tools. It's a SaaS platform where you can automate your whole testing across SAST, DAST, and interactive testing. SAST is actually used for static security analysis. DAST is used for dynamic security analysis, and IEST is used for interactive API testing, where you can have real-time threat detection and mitigation solution all available for you. All the vulnerabilities like SSL pinning, reverse engineering, root detection, you can literally go and solve every single thing right there and then. And finally, we have continuous monitoring and visibility dashboard where you can see any threats that is originating on your mobile app. And we have AI enabled platform for quick assistance as well. So I'll not waste much time. I'll directly jump into the portal and give you a quick demo of Bugsmirror Mast. Yeah. So right in front of you, you see a platform, a comprehensive platform with end-to-end security called MAST, Mobile Application Security Suite and Tools. It is dependent on three core pillars. The first pillar being threat and vulnerability detection, where you have to just go to code lock, which is your static security analysis. You upload your mobile application and you submit a request. Once you have uploaded, a report is generated almost instantaneously. In less than 5 minutes, a report is generated for you. I'll quickly show you what a report looks like. So when you go and click on the view section, you get a complete detailed report. You get the application name, you get the package name, you get the SHN metadata, you get all the test cases that were tested, and finally you get all the findings. For example, there were allowing arbitrary load from untrusted source. I can tape on each vulnerability and I get every single detail that I need. I get steps of reproduction, remediation, proof of concepts, etc. Then I have a section for binary analysis, and I have a section for all the secrets that are available. So this report helps you to do a static security analysis of any mobile application, be it Android or iOS, and you can find statically all the vulnerabilities. And good thing about this is that you don't only get a graphical representation, but you can download the report as well, which will guide you and help you to give a more detailed CXO level report for your use case. I'll quickly show you how does a downloaded report for static security analysis looks like. So this is our static security analysis. You get the scope of work here. So you know exactly which application is getting tested. You get all the details that you need about mobile application. Then you get the severity score metrics for CVSS score. And then you have the final table and outcome. So you can share this table with your CXO panel as well. Then comes the second testing, which is Runlock. Runlock is your dynamic security assessment. Dynamic security assessment is a kind of testing where we actually run your mobile application in a real physical device. And when
There
we
is
run
a
it,
question from Vikas that Bugsmirror do code obfuscation part or not. So we do through our solution Bugsmirror Shield, which actually encrypts your code and decrypts only when it's run on the device.
again, this question from Rajesh as well. We can induct the DevSecOps during the development phase. Yes, you can do that. You can quickly go and we have APIs available as well that you can integrate. We have tools as well, binary tools where you can just run a single command to integrate our solution at the development phase as well. Whereas most of the testing is usually done post the development phase, and these are black box testing. So Once you create your final APK and IPA file, you quickly go upload them on the portal, and a report is generated for you. So it's that, I'll quickly show you a report for Runlock as well, what it looks like. So Runlock is your dynamic security assessment. It's a kind of testing where we run your mobile application in different malicious devices and see how your mobile app behaves. For example, in dynamic analysis, we have parameters like root detection, emulator, FRIDA, debugger, hooking, etc. With application tampering, we have Sorry. Yeah, with application tampering, we have app repackaging, static app patching, app spoofing, application code disclosure. We have OEM unlock. These are the parameters that we go and test for you. In total, Bugsmirror Mast has more than 150 threats that we detect. So you get all the bases covered for your use case. So that is run lock for you. And finally, we have the third kind of testing, which is automated, which is API lock, which is interactive testing, where we test all your APIs by capturing the API traffic automatically. I'll show you a sample report for the same as well. So in this testing, what we do for you is we capture all the API traffic for you first. So, in any mobile application, there are hundreds and hundreds of mobile application, right? Hundreds and hundreds of APIs, sorry. So we capture all of those APIs for you like this. So you have API number, API URL, request method, request header. Everything is done automatically through an interaction. Once we have all the APIs, we run them across 40 different test cases to generate a report for you. And the report looks something like this. You will get passed and failed test cases, and the failed test cases are in detail descriptive, that will give you all the vulnerability name, severity, CVSS score, vector, description, example, status, bug path, impact, remediation, every single thing. So what it is achieving is the first three problems from our webinar. So we wanted to automate VAPT. We can achieve almost 70-75% of automation right away. That is the first thing. Secondly, what we can achieve is we can reduce the duration and increase our operational efficiency. So instead of doing like a 5-day VAPT, now we can conduct a testing in less than 24 hours. Yes, you heard that correct. In less than 24 hours, you can generate SAST, DAST, and interactive testing report. And once you have all of those report, you can get all of your bases covered quite quickly. And once you have done with all the testing part, you have all the vulnerabilities highlighted. Now comes the next approach, how to patch those vulnerabilities. That's where we have created all the automated solution quite ready for you. All you need to do is just run the tool here. Select a mobile application, select the framework that you want to patch. We are supporting 4 frameworks. If you have any other framework like Cardova, maybe any other framework, you can just select Android here. In case if you select an iOS application, you can select the iOS framework as well. I'll quickly select GeoSpoof and Android application. I'll create a release tag, so I need to mention the release version that I am releasing today, so that you can get back to it later on. Then we'll select a mitigation. So mitigation is the response your mobile application will take when something malicious is detected. For example, there's a hacker sitting in China trying to hack your mobile application. How do you want your mobile app to behave? So mobile application will show a dialog first and then an app shutdown, right? Then we have build version details, and once we have configured the details, we move on to the next page. That's where we have threat lens and OTA and Bugsmirror Shield. These are the two add-on features and the two most common problems that we solve here. With Bugsmirror Shield, as Aman mentioned, we encrypt your source code. Just think how brilliant it would be. You create a mobile application and you create your IP. Now, when you release your mobile app, someone can go decompile it and leak that IP. But with encryption, we are making sure that that information is not available to anyone. Your code is completely encrypted, which is only decrypted with a custom key, which is generated every single time at runtime, and then your code is decrypted. Then we have Threatlens and OTA, our second custom add-on, which gives you real-time visibility. For example, there's a hacker sitting trying to tamper your mobile application. How would your organization know? You go to Threatlens and you get all the data dumped here. Here we have 6 applications that we are dealing with. We have more than 4,000 threats detected, 16 users, 6 are flagged users. Then we have threat overview, we have threat timeline, we have threats by group. For example, if I need to know who was the user who is trying to tamper it, so I can just go and select application tampering here. So application tampering is not detected in this use case. So we can select device integrity, and we can see almost 4 user used Frida on your mobile application. You can see it here, 4 user used Frida, and almost 291 users are using a rooted device. So you get all of these insights. In fact, you will get their IP address location as where from where the attack is actually originating. So this attack was from Indore, this is from Delhi, this is from Kolkata, and even globally. Like if someone is attacking you sitting in some part of the world, you'll see that data right here for your use case. So with Bugsmirror Defender, you can encrypt your code, you can get complete visibility, you can get over the air update as well, and then you just create a license for your use case by enabling features that you want. If, for example, if you want to detect ADB wireless debugging, you enable this feature. If you don't want it, you enable it. So you have custom solution available to you. You download this solution, and we have a tool available for you. And with no code integration, you can integrate the solution within 5 minutes or less, and you are secure. Now the beauty of this whole solution is that it is inclined or it's aligned with the compliance. Again, we clearly mentioned that if a solution doesn't align with compliance, most organization would be reluctant to go with it. That's where we have SEBI CSCRF compliance here. We have RBI compliance here available, and then NPCI's UPI framework. Most of our customers enjoy this feature a lot because it instantaneously enable all the security measures that this particular compliance asks from you. All you need to do is just enable these features and submit and download your license, and you are good to go. You can clearly see all the compliances that RBI mentioned here through this document through from our portal as well. And finally, we have Mast AI. So Mast AI is your 24/7 support that will guide you through any vulnerability. That is like your 24/7 support. I'll show this in physical sense. This is one of the vulnerabilities that we have highlighted through our report. All we need to do is just quickly go copy the vulnerability and paste it here. Please explain the bug, and you just submit the request. Once you submit the request, the AI will do its job. It will come back with a response. So you don't have to rely on any human effort every single time you are uh, figuring out a vulnerability. Just copy and paste it on the Mast AI. It's trained and it's fine tuned to give you response around mobile application security. So just to
Also, adding to Manas, this AI will also give you responses based on the who you are. You can just tell them that you are a product manager, you are a C-level employee, or you are a CISO, or you are a developer. Not everyone likes a same kind of answers, so it can give answers as per your profile.
Correct. So now you can see the response. It has explained me the kind of vulnerability, what is packet sniffing. It is explaining me why this is critical threat. It is giving me a CVSS score. So in general, the response is quite broad. It helps us understand each and every vulnerability. So just to conclude, Bugsmirror Mast, it's a comprehensive platform. It's a single tool that you need to use to generate fast, fast and interactive testing reports in less than 24 hours. And it also help you patch most of the common vulnerabilities in less than 5 minutes of time with no code integration. It provides you real-time visibility with alignment to different compliances, and it has an AI component that gives you 24/7 support and guides you through your journey of securing your mobile application. That being said, I'll quickly move on to highlight few of the points what makes Bugsmirror Mast so special. So, you can go and try our complimentary free audit report. All you would be required to do is go to Bugsmirror website. I'll quickly show you, and you have a feature called free audit. You can go to free audit feature, and once you are in the free audit section, you can add your email address and the link of your Play Store application, or you can upload your mobile app. Once you do that, you can literally generate a free runtime audit report for your use case. It's completely free. It will tell you your compliance level. It will help you understand different runtime vulnerabilities available to you at literally zero cost. So this testing will guide you in understanding your security posture. Secondly, if you think Bugsmirror Mask can help improve your mobile application security posture, we are more than happy to extend a 14-day free trial as well. Just reach out to Meteonic or Bugsmirror. We'll be more than happy to initiate that for you. With that, I'll close in on my part and give you guys the floor if you have any questions or if you want to know anything in more detail. You can use the chat box or Q&A section if you want to ask any question.
Yep. Thank you very much, Manas and Aman. So I'll also request everyone who you can just write your questions so we can answer as many as we can. Till the time people are answering, I'll just sum up the entire conversation that to summarize today's discussion. We got to know like mobile threats in 2025 are sophisticated and evolving fast. So runtime vulnerabilities like API tampering and app cloning can bypass traditional audits. Regular compliance like SEBI, RBI, NPCI, TRAI, and CERT-In is non-negotiable. Meteonic and Bugsmirror definitely can guide you through this journey. And continuous proactive protection is the future of mobile application security, right? So any question that you have, I totally understand that this is a very critical topic to work on, where lots of things can be done. Uh, Too many vulnerabilities are coming every day. So anyone who has any question, feel free to ask. Okay, we have one question. Which of the DevOps tools does Bugsmirror support towards CI/CD pipeline?
Currently, the portal has been made as a SaaS platform. So, we don't take any PII data or any of your customer data. All you are asked to do is upload your mobile application and our systems does the whole testing for you. But anyways, if you want to do any, CI/CD pipeline integration, then you can use our APIs. We have organizational level APIs. We provide you API keys from where you can go and upload your mobile application and a final testing report would, fetch out for you guys. So we don't have an explicit CI/CD pipeline integration, but APIs are always available. But since this is a kind of testing that you do post your CI/CD pipeline, so once you have your mobile application ready to go on production, you have your final APKs, AABs, and IPA files ready. That's when you go and integrate or you go and test those mobile applications. So, anyways, if you need those support, we can provide you. But as a SaaS platform, it does the job pretty good. I hope I answered your question. Correct. Bugsmirror supports, will support your application with continuous monitoring and alerts. So when it comes to alerts specifically, your mobile application is anyways protected right away. For example, let's say some hacker or some attacker is trying to do something malicious. Bugsmirror Defender will instantaneously protect your mobile application there within milliseconds, and it will halt any malicious activity on your mobile app. Whereas for continuous monitoring, I've already showed you the Bugsmirror Threat Lens portal. The portal will help you with, any kind of visibility, any kind of threats, or any kind of attack that has originated. So in this, you can clearly see each threat and what is the number for each threat. You'll get a complete threat timeline, and you'll get specific threats. For example, malicious root apps were present in 52 users. 38 users have unsecure device blocking. So all of these details you get there. So yes, in a nutshell, to conclude, Bugsmirror supports application continuous monitoring and alerts. Thank you.
I have also wanted to know, like, what strategies do you recommend for secure code obfuscations? That one question that came in the in between, and that too balancing the performance with the reverse engineering is it resistance?
Correct. So with Bugsmirror Mask, we have tried to create a clear balance between user accessibility, performance, and security. You can't give more priority to any one parameter while you degrade the other one. Any organization would like to have all the features present for yourself. So that's where what we try to do. We don't go with the obfuscation because there have been so many advanced tools where obfuscation
Mhm.
can still be bypassed and code can become visible, even with DexGuard and all such tools. With chat gpt and different AI tools, you can literally copy paste the smiley code or obfuscated code and try to understand something out of it. So what we do is we do encryption, and instead of encrypting every single aspect of mobile application, we encrypt core logic of mobile application, right? So when only critical parts are encrypted, it creates a balance between performance and as well as security. So you don't always have to go and encrypt any code. Like, you don't have to go and encrypt your public libraries or third party libraries. You can just focus on encrypting your portion, and that will automatically create a balance here. We
Okay.
also have one more question around jailbreaking. So jailbreak
Yes.
is a technique used to get super user access in iOS, in iPhones. So of course we have masked Bugsmere Mask, which is supporting of both the operating system, be it Android or iOS. So in iOS, of course, the parameters are different, but yeah, we do support jailbreaking as well. I'll show you that as well. If I select an iOS application here, and if I look for the different features, so we have jailbreak detection enabled by default. We have Frida, debugger, hooking, everything here. What is that one strong USP that we can see that we use to position Bugsmirror, and who are our current competitor, and what are likely challenges with Bugsmirror? Who are the existing clients? Right. So one of the strong USP of Bugsmirror Mask would be that it's a comprehensive single point solution. We have competitors who are doing this solution in bits and pieces, that leads to customer purchasing multiple solution, which means multiple licenses and multiple resources that are required to learn these tools. So what we basically need is a single unified solution, and that's what Bugsmere Mask achieves for you, which is one of the key USPs. Secondly, it's quite aligned with the Indian ecosystem and the Indian market and compliance. So anyone who's looking for SEBI, CSRF, RBI, or NPCI UPI framework, or in general SSL pinning, reverse engineering protection, the solution directly fits in. Thirdly, we have tried to minimize false positive by involving a penetration testing verification process. So instead of generating reports in 60 minutes, maybe 120 minutes, we generate a report in 24 hours or less. In that duration, the report is generated automatically, but we have a pen tester who verifies the report before we roll it out to the customer. So that way, we are able to optimize the level of results that we get. While the duration is significantly lower than a VAPT, the results are significantly similar to what a manual service will bring out. That being said, the challenges that we would face as an Indian company would be that how do we place our solution globally? Whereas with the Indian market, we have created very strong network. I'll quickly show you the clientele that we have in India. Yeah. So in this slide, you can clearly see the client base. We have worked significantly with Google, Meta, Samsung, Techno, where we have participated in finding vulnerabilities for them. Apart from it, we have worked with organizations like NPCI, Crunchfish, NeoGrowth, Five, Pay Nearby, Neo, iProgrammer, Lakshmi, One Money, SandPay. These are few of the fintech companies that we have worked with. We have worked with a telecom provider called Vodafone Idea, which is one of the third biggest telecom provider in the country. And then we have two government agencies, Ministry of Home Affairs and Ministry of Defense as well, that we have worked with. So we have a very strong client base when it comes to Indian fintech ecosystem.
Okay. That's really great. I hope uh, your question is answered. And if you have any question, to let us know. And we are already running out of time. Right. So it was a really an interactive and really great session, Aman and Manas. Thank you very much for your insights and keeping the mobile application security part in a different way, where lots of people are actually focusing on uh, initial phases, while the runtime phase is something that you put highlight on that. That is also something very critical, and that is where currently the hackers are actually trying to penetrate, right? So definitely that will be really helpful, I believe, for the people who have joined. And I'll also ask anyone, if you want to have a one-on-one session, or you want to have a discussion about this tool, or maybe you want to try this out in your environment, definitely we will love to assist you in that. So we'll be providing you a link in the chat box, from where you can just click and book your free demonstration, and further regarding the POC also that we can provide. Okay. So on behalf of Metionic Innovation and Bugsmirror, thank you for spending your afternoon with us. A special thanks to Aman and Manas for sharing their deep expertise. You will receive the webinar recording, key takeaways, and resources shortly. Together, let's continue building secure and resilient mobile first business. Have a great day ahead. And if you have any question, just write those questions in the chat box, and we'll try to answer them even after the webinar. Thank you very much.